Angel Shed are specialists in inclusive performing arts. We facilitate fully accessible activities for children and young people of all backgrounds. We are led by young people's ideas, and they are active participants in the planning, creation and performance of our work. This video and accompanying resource pack provide an introduction to our inclusive creative process. It is designed as a blueprint for creating your own original piece of theatre with young people, using our December 2022 youth theatre production, The Suits, as an example. The Suits is about an event, a gathering of important famous people. So we have the celebrities, the royals, the politicians, a banker, scientists and important tech people. And there's an explosion and someone has tried to assassinate all of these people, but they fail. And so the rest of the play is the police interviewing the different characters at this event, trying to figure out who has caused the explosion and why. What they don't know is that there are these mysterious characters called the Suits, who are kind of the narrators of the play and the puppet masters behind the whole event, who are trying to frame an individual and have their own sort of evil, sinister reasons for doing so. So here at Angel Shed, we have our own process of creating and devising a show from scratch. So we have sort of broken this down into sort of an 8-part structure. So we start off with exploring different stimuli and then move into sort of extrapolating themes and ideas from that stimuli. We then consolidate all of our ideas together. After that, we look at the specific details of the show. We then devise and improvise our scenes in our, once we have a rough sort of a plot or show outline. And we then script that all together, we rehearse it, and then we come together to the final performance. The first step is exploring a range of different creative stimuli. So stimuli is where we give different stimuli exercises to the young people and they put them on their feet practically. So the stimuli can be things like song lyrics and artwork, movement and improvisation scenarios.
So in the summer, we all sat down in a circle and we wrote down some of our ideas for the show. Obviously there are quite a lot of people at Angel Shed, so we all had completely different ideas. So Angel Shed and some of the members came up with different monologues or different duologues in order to get the show running. But to do that, we had to obviously find out, you know, what we felt like was good to work with. So we did that by doing like movements, different games, thinking about who our characters would like to be, testing out lines, testing out different movements.
Following the initial exercises, we discuss as a group what we liked and what we found most interesting, and we extract those themes and then explore them in further detail.
Well, in the past shows like that I've done with other people, like it's always been like good shows about good things and like there's only going to be like one villain. So we wanted to change things up a bit and like just like make everyone the villain. And all of our characters have like weaknesses. So behind all the like evil and all of that, we all have a weakness that during the show, everyone's weakness comes out and then the audience can see what they are.
The thing is, during summer we've been planning on how we can like make the show, because really we're just trying to make the show quite mysterious and quite dark and creepy as well. Having a mysterious show can be quite good and entertaining, but sometimes they might need to experience some other things like some other different genres, like specifically horror and mystery.
As a group, we wanted to explore the themes of power and like sort of, I don't know, like society and like what's important to us people now as like the younger generation. Power again was like a very strong one because it's like, well, actually the Suits is kind of based on influential people, powerful people, and then what they can do.
All the different ideas are brought together and consolidated into a rough story outline.
David and Mariam, they came in and they said, listen, this is the basic outline. And I remember them saying, if you would like to write a monologue or a duologue or anything of that sort, then you can write it and they'll actually implement it. So my friend Kat, she wrote a duologue for me and her to do. And I just remember us saying yes or no to certain things, and I felt like that was really good because you got to actually put your ideas into the show.
Once we have a rough show outline, we start looking at all the different elements in further detail, and we have open discussions and practical exercises. And the details can be things like looking at set and costume, sound, movement, narration, the show title, and even the poster.
So my character is a princess called Princess Eliza. She's first in line to the throne. My character is basically a representation of like the pressure they have in trying to look good and trying to present themselves well so that the public don't have a bad view of them. When I was like around like 10ish, I was really intrigued by the royal family and like what happened behind the scenes sort of. So I sort of based my character on that and like how they actually feel, whereas how they're portrayed in the media.
We thought of an idea, and then we would like shout them out the ideas for the title, what we're going to call it. There's many other things we had done, and plus we also had to do a vote whether it could be good or not.
So for the posters, we had like different options where it was like one was like a mask and then smoke, and we were all just like in a group, and we were thinking about the colours, what we're going to have as the main thing on the front of the poster. And we were thinking like more smoke, the colour of the smoke, or like who was going to be on the poster. And we had like a vote, and in the end we came out with a really nice poster. And when we chose the poster, we added things that we wanted, so like the font of the lettering on the front as well.
I like maths because, yeah, it's just like a hey car. Hey car. Yeah.
Like the first time we started thinking about costumes, we drew them out, and then we like showed the costumes. We brought things from home, and then we had other people who wanted to make us like things to go with our outfits.
Once there's a complete show outline, then the young people focus on devising and improvising specific scenes.
You're royalty, are you?
Bet you think you can get away with anything, don't you?
Maybe even setting a bomb off.
So in the play, there's like a really big explosion at the beginning. And so the whole play is trying to figure out who that is. And so the police scene I'm in with Geordie, that is like us trying to pinpoint who it is and trying to manipulate the person sitting in the chair.
I didn't set a bomb off. I could have been fired for this.
Speaking of fired, how was the barbecue on Saturday?
It was good, thanks. I'm sorry you couldn't be there.
For us, like, we get distracted a lot. So whenever the person we're interviewing says something, we just go off and talk about our own situation. And then we just suddenly snap back and realize we're getting distracted, and it's just a cycle going on and on and on.
Take that brilliant sweet corn.
Oh, that sweet corn.
No.
Can I go now?
You did it, didn't you? You set the bomb off and tried to escape.
I didn't try to escape.
Aha! You admit to setting a bomb off.
Once all the scenes have been devised or improvised, then the script is typed up as the scenes have been filmed, and the facilitators will type these up into a script. Another way to script the scenes is young people giving their ideas and the facilitators typing those up.
We do open it. Open the zipped. With one big group. This is it.
There's two versions of the script. The first draft, we looked at it and, you know, we made edits, we added things, we said we like this, we like that, but it was pretty much perfect because all of the things that we put in the script was our inputs or our monologues or duologues that we created. So I think it was pretty like good to just start off with a near perfect script.
When I first got the script, I was really excited because I got to read what kind of scenes were going to be in the show and what kind of scenes like I was going to be in. I was really happy as well because like something that I wrote was in it.
The cast start learning their lines and rehearsing the show.
So when I practiced the scene for the first time, like they tell us to go here or there, practice our lines, and then we just do it over and over and over again till we remembered our lines and knew where to go, so that in the real thing it's just like that.
I think it was Casey. Celebrities hide so many secrets, and just because you've
We
got
get
money, you think
the
you get away
people
with anything.
in each scene to read out the script each time they have a line. And so it kind of familiarizes us with who's before our line and who's after our line.
No. I think it was Casey. Celebrities hide like so many secrets, and they think just because they have so much money, they can get away with blowing people up.
Finally, we put all the production elements together. This includes the technical elements such as the set, the costume, the lights and the sound.